I'm going to turn on my good acting, you ready? Aaron, are you alive? Good job I've got this, DEFIB. Yeah, that's definitely...
Let's go! Hello there guys, and of course, welcome back into yet another one of us, the Review Bros. My name's Aaron.
Craig.
And today, we are reviewing one you've been asking for a little while. A lot of you know this company for making fantastic products in the past. What is it?
We've done V1, we've done V2, but today we're going to be reviewing DEFIB V3, the Advanced Pre-Workout Catalyst.
Now, we've had fantastic results with the previous iterations, and to be honest with you, not too sure why they've actually reformulated again. Why, you know,
we'll find
fix something that wasn't broken. But, of course, we'll go through those usuals today.
Indeedy. The taste, which looks very interesting, price, label and effects, will it be worth picking up?
We're going to find that out for you. And, of course, we do that at least 3 times per week with honest reviews. And all we ask in return for the free information we provide is please do, guys, like this very video, drop any comments you have down below, and, of course, subscribe to the channel to not miss future reviews. Thanks.
And we're into taste and mixability, and it comes in some very nice, delicious flavours, right?
It does, by the looks of it.
We got Cherryade, Fizzy Candy Crush, Ice Blue Slush, Jelly Bean.
And the one we're reviewing for the review today, as depicted on Instagram, thank you for your votes for this flavour, it is the Fizzy Cola bottles. We're going to hope we get some zoom in action on that. But there it is mixed in its shaker. What I will say, oh, it's glass. As I'll say, I probably expected it. It doesn't look appealing, does it?
Yeah, stacked formulation.
I've never seen a cola flavour that's going to look nice in water, though, compared to normal cola.
It looks like a blended up cola ice lolly, right? Smells like one, too.
It does, doesn't it? It smells really nice. So, we can only hope for the best, can't we?
Indeed.
Fizzy cola bottles going down. That's good. Is it just me, or does it actually feel like it's a bit fizzy?
It does, yeah, genuinely. It was a bit of froth when we first stirred it up.
I'm impressed.
It's like those fizzy cola bottles, isn't it? Literally, the sweets blended up.
I'm actually really impressed with that. It actually does taste as if it's a bit fizzy. That's weird. I've never had a pre-workout that actually tastes, you know, fizzy.
Mild carbonation. They've always done well with flavours.
Mixability is a bit of a struggle, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it does get harder at the bottom.
But it is a big 21 gram serving scoop, so could be worse, couldn't it? We do a 3, 2, 1?
Yeah.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. 9 out of 10?
Oh, I was going to do 9.
Should have done 9. Would have been easier.
It's only because it gets thicker at the bottom that made me do the 8.5.
That's what she said. But yeah, honestly, guys, not a bad effort. Not a bad effort. I also like the fact they do a lot of flavours, so you get to choose more choice.
Interesting ones too.
Yeah. It's a good start. Let's get into the price of this bad boy.
And we're into that price segment. How much is it going to be costing you to pick up V3 DEFIB? Well, you head over to hr-labs.co.uk where you can pick up this 40-20 serving tub on there for £39.99.
Yeah, that's the same for all the flavours, guys. No discount codes, unfortunately, at this stage of the review. So it's going to come in at like £1.99,999 recurring pence per serving. It is 40-20 though, having said that. And to a degree, I can see some people actually using less than the 2 scoops, but of course, consistency must prevail in these reviews, so therefore we go by the maximum serving. Now, at that £2 a serving score, on our consistent pricing scale, it comes in at a 3.5 out of 10, where in this world, a 5 out of 10 would be bang average. So yes, it is more expensive than an average pre-workout across the world, but that being said, wait to the label.
Exactly, it's one of those Ferrari scenarios, right?
It is stacked. It is a stacked bad boy.
All right, let's get into this label then. And what we have noticed, they've got a cute little backstory on the flavour on the side of the tub here, like a whole paragraph. So we can only assume they've done that for each individual flavour, right?
Yeah, I like it. It's unique.
Yeah, adds a bit of wholesomeness to it. So we got ourselves a 21-gram serving amount. 2 scoops gets you that. First up, we got citrulline malate, 2 to 1, 8 grams.
Yeah, it's a good start, isn't it, guys? You're going to be getting a solid dose of pure citrulline for nitric oxide performance and production. Therefore leading to nice pumps in the gym.
We'll take it. Then we've got beta-alanine, 3.2 grams.
Good. The clinical dose for the paresthesia, itchy type feeling as the pre-workout kicks in. And of course will help with endurance once you've taken it for a long enough period of time.
Yes. Then betaine anhydrous, 2.5 grams.
Good dose again. Jack of all trade, this one. Endurance, hydration, athletic performance, and it's even been shown to have some cognitive benefits.
Yeah. Then we've got taurine, 1,500 milligrams.
Good. Hydration and electrolyte balance and energy production.
Yep. Pico, 2 gram.
Good. Pico 2, oxygen uptake, athletic performance and endurance-based benefits.
Nice. Acetyl-L-carnitine, gram.
Fat burning effect with some euphoric, mood elevating side notes.
Take that. Then we've got juniper berry extract, 500 milligrams.
Good, in there to upregulate any stimulants and also some other ingredients within the formulation.
Nice. Caffeine anhydrous, 400 milligrams.
Good, healthy dose of caffeine there, energy and stimulation.
Nice. And then we've got Rhodio Prime, which is a trademarked version of Rhodolia rosa extract, 300 milligrams.
Good, an antioxidant with anti-stress mechanisms within it, so it's going to give you a nice calming effect in the gym.
Yep, added to that focus.
Health ingredient.
Yeah, essentially. An extra registered ingredient, 300 milligrams.
Nice, the caffeine to the cousin to caffeine. It gives a longer lasting stimulatory feel to the product.
Yeah, the stabilisers to the caffeine. Bucana pruriens extract, 200 milligrams.
Good, also antioxidant with some, again, more calming benefits, blood flow, heart health, etc. A bit of everything, really.
Nice, mood boost time. Then we've got a Mento Pump, another trademarked ingredient, 150 milligrams.
As it says at the end of the label, pump is there for your nitric oxide performance and pump.
Nice, we like that one. We use that in our own pre-workout.
We do.
Then we wrap off with estrogen at 50 milligrams.
Good for the absorption and upregulation of the ingredients to get them into your system as quickly as possible. Obviously very important for a pre-workout after a 30-minute window.
Nice, what do you reckon?
I like it. There's no holes, is there, really?
No, very nicely well-rounded formula.
Yeah, let's see how it comes together in the effects.
Mics check. Yeah, all good.
So we are there. We of course get to the effects, the primary section of this, and any other review. How does this one work in the real world? Well, now we were lucky enough for them to send it down a few days ago. So again, lucky enough, we've been able to use this one a few times. And I do think it's very important to say that we've actually had very good, consistent results with it, which is always a good thing. You do get the occasional pre-workout out there in the world that doesn't do the same thing every day, whereas this one has done. So good, isn't it?
Exactly, we're not going to be fibbing.
Beta-alanine.
Comes in not as strong as you might expect. There's a digestive aid in there. You've got the 3.2 grams that we look for, but it come in weaker than we expected. 3 out of 10 on the tingle scale. Now that could be just down to a case of there's a lot of ingredients in here to get through you. Maybe it just so happens to be a lesser potent form of beta-alanine as they go on the market. Who knows? That
was just the luck of the draw though, guys. So for us, it's a slight thumbs down. That's the truth. But it's not the be-all and end-all. Beta-alanine effectively is kind of a placebo effect. And I do get it. It just gives us that sense of urgency. I think most people like it, but of course there's a huge range of people out there that don't. So that would be where it would be a thumbs up, of course. Now what comes in next is what you would have to call a very smooth wave of energy, wouldn't you? Yeah, super smooth. And you wouldn't expect it glancing at the label when you see 400 milligrams of caffeine, but we've put our heads together and we do think it's because there's a few ingredients in here that are doing sort of anti-anxiety, de-stressing, calming you down type effects. Yeah, I'd agree with that. But that smooth energy is not a negative. No. I'd have to be honest and say that despite it having 400 milligrams of caffeine, it really does feel like 200. It genuinely does. That's not necessarily a negative, and in fact, I think for a lot of people out there, this would be a very good, smooth daily driver product. 100%, yeah, and what is promising on the front here is Say and Power, extreme energy, laser focus, zero crash, dose to perfection. Now, what do you think about that? I think there's a lot of truth to that. Extreme energy would be the only thing I'd have to contradict in that. I think the energy's okay. It's not a strong pre-workout by any stretch of the imagination. I probably wouldn't call it a weak pre-workout, but I'd be honest again and have to say it's towards the weaker side. Yeah, if you're an absolute beginner or if you're caffeine sensitive, you probably would call it a strong pre-workout, but let's face it, most of us don't fall into those categories. So it does feel like a very smooth daily driver product. Yeah, that's not a weakness, guys. That's just a touch on the truthful side. Of course we have to. Something else that was lower than average, as to be expected, probably would be that focus point, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we've got none of the usual suspects, no alpha GPC, no L-tyrosine, no things like that, huperzine, but we do have some other things in there that kind of go down the focus route, you know, like we touched on, rodeo prime, mucanapurines.
Taurine a little.
Yeah, L-carnitine, so they are addressing focus, but just not as we would normally see it.
No. Now let's talk about so they're not necessarily weaknesses. The focus could have been chucked in a bit more. I'd like to have seen a couple of grams of L-tyrosine. Hey, who are we to judge? What I would say, however, let's talk about the strong suits for this. The pumps, really good, wouldn't you agree?
Really good, and up there alongside the pumps, probably the best thing we've discussed is that endurance, that power output, that athletic performance boosting benefits.
Yeah, really. The strength endurance on this is fantastic. You feel strong throughout your training. You do get a crash because there's no decaffeine malate, there's no L-theanine, there's no, an extra, okay.
Yeah.
But it does start to taper off towards the bigger body part days, for us at least.
Yeah, after sort of 2 to 2.5 hour mark, that caffeine does kind of drop off and the focus continues. You know, you do still feel that mood boosting type benefit on the ball mental feeling, but the physical energy starts to drop off a bit.
But your endurance is solid. You feel like you can just keep going. Not from a stimulated, heart racing, all over the shop feeling, but
Savage pumps in the gym and the bedroom. Wolf pump.
like you've been eating well for a good few days and you are fueled up on carbohydrates. This one is probably the nearest to feeling like that. It's so good for athletic performance, endurance, strength endurance. It's one of those ones you have to drag yourself out of training. You could keep pushing and pushing and pushing your limits.
Yeah, it's definitely angled more towards bodybuilding-esque training. And yeah, more elite athletes this would be ideal for them. No illicit ingredients, nothing that's going to make you fail drug tests if you're competing, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is not a dig to other reviewers out there or anything along those lines. I personally have been ill over the last few days, so there is that chance that perhaps I don't feel the energy as much. But this is why it's very important, I think, and again, no dig, to have two of us. Because people are not going to have 100% days all the time. They're not going to always be well. They're not going to always have great days at work.
Perfect sleep,
perfect diet.
Hydration.
And this is why we only put out 3 reviews a week, because we want to make sure we're using the product for a good few days for both of us to make sure we're giving you 100% information. Because Craig actually felt better than I did on this product, and that's why it's important. If it was just me reviewing it, I'd be struggling because I'm ill.
That's why even if we do single reviews, you do one on your own, I do one on my own, we still both use the product and feed it back to each other to come to an overall decision.
Very important. 2 brains, always, the saying. But yeah, consistent results for both of us. A solid daily driver.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a strong pre-workout,
no, it won't be for you. But it's going to suit 90+% of people on the market, right?
Yeah, it's very applicable for advanced users, I'd honestly argue.
Yeah, definitely. It's not a muck around it's not one of these underdosed,
it's a grown-up pre-workout.
Yeah, 100%.
A mature pre-workout. It's not a stim, slap you in the face one. It's one that you get productive on, you get to use your training. It doesn't leave you with appetite suppression, nausea, ultimate crashes, sleep deprivation, thermogenic sweats, cold sweats, jitters, chills. It's a productive, as Craig said, bodybuilder, professional athlete type pre-workout. It's a serious pre-workout.
Yeah, it's got its big boy pants on. Now, let's talk about that price point. Not that we always delve into that, but we do if it's applicable. And it is here, because it is definitely on the more pricey side. Is it worth that price point? Oh, it is very arguable.
I think it is.
I would say just about, yeah.
I think it is, yeah. I wouldn't say it's a bargain. I wouldn't say they're ripping you off by any stretch of the imagination.
Definitely not ripping you. But you can get similarly good pre-workouts for around the same price or cheaper. That's the point I'm getting at.
Yeah. But if you're looking for an endurance-based daily driver that's not too strong, it ticks some serious boxes. And the guy behind this brand is a serious formulator, so he does know his stuff.
Yeah.
I have no doubt that there's a lot of fantastically sourced ingredients in this, and it felt that way. So, I'd give it a 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10 for
Overall.
daily driver.
Yeah, there's not really any negatives apart from that slight crash from that caffeine, which, you know, the N Extra does help to a degree. But yeah, it's been consistent with a smash training every time on it. Tastes good. You know, what more can you really want?
Yeah, we are nitpicking a little bit. Would have liked personally the beta alanine to be more. I'd have liked it to have felt a little bit more energising. I'd have liked a little bit more focus, and that's probably why it gets like a 9 out of 10. It's a solid daily. It's really worth picking up, I think.
Yeah, we'd recommend it to the audiences we've described for sure.
Yeah, serious people. Appreciate you guys watching at home. Thank you for the HR lads for sending it on down to us. We do appreciate it. Great formulation, as always.
Stay
Stimmed. Let's go.